Hey guys, it's me again. Of course, you know I'm calling for all my warriors to come on out. Those of you all who are ready and willing to help in this fight against the terminal illness diagnoses and prognoses that we have to face every day. Of course, we remember that COVID has been the big monster for the past, year and a half, almost 2 years coming up on now, and it's been the thing that's on most people's mind. But we can't forget about those people out there who are still dealing with cancer, sickle cell, HIV, all those terminal diagnoses. First of all, I just need you guys to know that I need all my warriors to come out. I need you guys to be ready to help. If you like the content for all of these videos that I've been putting out here for you, I would really appreciate it if you would just kind of just subscribe to the channel. Just let everybody know that that you are able to hear what we're saying. Click the notification bell. If you can see that, it'll let you know when we are releasing some new videos, and then we want to make sure that you guys know that we are the Dry Eyes Businesses organization, and we're here to help. So many people to just know that they're not out there by themselves. Okay. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about the M in our empathy model. Okay. So of course, God gave me two models. He gave me a life model and he gave me an empathy model. The life models for the person who's been diagnosed. The empathy models for for the people, the families, the support team of that person who's been diagnosed. The empathy model today is going to always start off with the um, word empathy, which means trying our best to put ourselves in another person's shoes. Okay, so that's so important in helping people to go from a place of hopelessness to a place of hope. So we teach people how to cope when they don't have hope anymore. So that's kind of like our tagline. Okay. Today we're going to talk about the M in our empathy model. And what that stands for is it stands for messages of love. Okay. Let me explain to you guys how important, just having someone in your life when the doctor tells you that you're going to leave this place, how important it is just to have somebody in your life that really loves and cares about you. When you're struggling with the fact that you're going to be leaving this world, when you get into a place of trying to figure out if it's even worth it for me to be fighting this thing. My body's not doing, what it used to, be able to do. My mind is stayed on the fact that I've lost all this weight recently, and and I'm feeling some kind of way, and it's hard sometimes when I think about you know continuing to struggle with this thing that I didn't ask for. So messages of love come in, so important, and it needs to come from a place where we figure out some ways that we can sacrifice, what we're doing, just to be able to let a person know that we really do love and care about them. Okay, and there's so many different ways that we can give messages of love, and I don't want you guys to think that everybody does it the same, because they just don't. But there's several ways that we show in the organization of showing love. One of them for me could just be the going back to when you look at our empathy model, the T in empathy is for time. The H is for healing touches of hope. Those things right there in itself are ways that we can show other people how to love. But what I want to do is I want to make sure that we just kind of go through the series of different ways. And all these don't apply to everyone. So I'm just kind of put them up here and we can just kind of take a look at them together. Just, I'm going to skip past the ones that, apply, in this case, and then I'm going to, kind of stay on top of the ones that don't apply here. Okay. But, it talks about helping them getting out of a tight spot. Okay. And what that means when I'm talking about a person who's dealing with, something that's very psychologically abusing, like a death prognosis, a tight spot could be anything. It could be, figuring out how to help them to maneuver from a place where they didn't need to have um, a ramp in their home, or they didn't used to have, help getting out of bed. So helping people to be able to navigate and do things that they, couldn't do before. That's just a way of showing love. Okay. All of these ways that I'm showing you now are all scripturally based. And I think that it's important because the truth of the matter is, once people get into the situation, they revert back to their relationship with God in some kind of way. Okay, they might not be a preacher, or they might not be a Bible thumper or any of that kind of stuff, but people really know that God loves them in most cases. So that's why most of the stuff that I do is based upon some biblical principles. Okay, praying for them. Just to be able to pray for somebody and let them know that you have their best interests at heart, is so important. The smallest prayers, and I've been in places where I've been at the grocery store or just kind of walking down the street, and I'll meet somebody and I'll be able to speak with them for a moment and just have a word of prayer with them. And it is amazing, how powerful just one word of prayer can be for somebody who might not remember that somebody really loves and cares about them. Okay. So now let's get down to this number five one. It's kind of important for me because it talks about freely forgiving offenses. Okay. When people are in situations that we're trying to help with Dry Eyes of Innocence organization, when people are in those situations, what they do is they have a tendency to they have a tendency to lash out sometimes, and to not necessarily be fully aware of the way that they're speaking to people and the way that they're acting towards people, because at this point they're still fighting with some of those grief processes. So being able to freely forgive somebody for offenses is just kind of it's very important in showing what real love looks like. The truth of the matter is, and I'm just going to say this to you, and you can take it any way you want to take it, but God freely forgives us on a regular basis. Okay. I know for a fact that He forgives me all the time. Sometimes I don't think the right things, and sometimes I don't say the right thing, or sometimes I don't even do the right things. And I just need God to forgive me. But how important is it when you're in this place of of despair, and to know that somebody that's there to show their love for you is actually really trying to understand who you are and give you, real love in the form of, forgiving some of the things that you're saying, or the that the diagnosis is saying or doing. Okay. One way that you can, show another, portion of love is by serving them. When we talked about, time, in our other video, time is valuable. It's one of those things that's even more valuable than money. It's because it's something that you can't get back. So when I'm sharing my time with you, and when I'm making sure that I devote, time to serve you, in any kind of way I can. I just think that it's important, and it needs to be done with humility. Okay, you know, not I did this for you, so now you owe me. No, 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 no. That's not how you show love. You show love by doing things, humbly and sincerely, and making sure that this person knows that this is a labor of love that I'm doing for you. I just wish we could all learn how to love a little bit better. Of course, that's our motto here is learn to love. But learning how to humbly serve is so key. Then you want to help to meet their physical needs, okay? They might not be able to get out of bed like they were before. They might not be able to even brush their teeth like they were. They might not be able to do a lot of things that they were able to do because they're going through, chemo, or they're going through, you know, all kinds of things. Even people with sickle cell. I'll share this with you. I've seen the most beautiful people with sickle cell. It seems like, when they have sickle cell, it just seems like they just turn out to be the most beautiful, people as far as their appearance is concerned. But you don't even know what's going on inside of their bloodstream when those sickle shaped cells, meet up in the crevices of their body, and it creates some pain that you don't even understand sometimes, so much so to the point where sickle cellians can die because they'll get that clot thing, going on inside of them, and we don't even recognize how much pain that they're in. I know, people that with sickle cell who've had to take off of their job just because, their blood is clotting. Well, it's a physical need that we need to try to meet, and help them in any way that they can tell us, that they need some help. Okay. So when we're going down this list here, you'll see it says rejoice and mourn with them. And I hope you guys can read this. It's kind of let me see if I can do it. It's kind of small on the screen, but it says rejoice and mourn with them. And then show kindness to someone that they love. If you're at their home and you're helping them, their children are around, and you're showing, kindness to them by, maybe making dinner, for their small child that, they couldn't do no more. Or just giving them a break from doing some of those things that are normal household chores. That's one of the ways that you can, show kindness and love to somebody. You know, um, it says help to work out their differences, introducing them to Jesus. I think that is so powerful when we talk about love. So just introducing them to Jesus, letting them know who God is, what God is, what He represents, and because we all know that God is love. So I think that's one of the best things that you can do. Now, let's just be honest. Everybody's not going to accept it and see things the same way that you do, and you can't, take that personal. Only thing I do personally is I just tell about the goodness of God. I let them see how God is working in my life. I show love because I want somebody to ask me, how are you able to keep on loving the way that you do? And then that allows me the opportunity to talk to them about the love of God. And then as we go forth, just trying to show people love, just understand that it is one of those things that helps a person say, you know what, I am gonna fight this fight. I'm gonna do whatever it takes because my child needs me. My mom is over there praying for me, and she's praying harder than I'm praying. My uncle and my best friend, these are all people who are dependent upon you to pull through this thing. Now, let's just be clear. We are not talking about holding on to somebody whose quality of life has just deteriorated so much so that that is unbearable. We have to really learn how to love a person enough to allow them to transition from this place to that next place where they have a brand new body waiting for them. Okay, so it's a lot of things that's really deep. But when you really love a person, you try to figure out what it is that and helps them to be able to enjoy and to know what real love looks like. It doesn't always look like me holding on to know to mama, and doesn't always look like me, making sure that my uncle and my child is gonna be here longer. If they're in so much pain that they want to just get out of it, it's okay. Because a lot of people, once they get to those places, they realize what a relationship with God looks like, and they get themselves personally prepared to move to the next level, okay? Next better level in most cases. I would love to be where my mom is at right now. I'll tell you that much so. Um, so we have to really learn how to love a person enough to understand what their needs are. I was looking at this video today, and I just wanted to share this with you guys because it just talks about what love really looks like, to a person who's dying. Check this out with me for just a second. I'm gonna kind of talk a little bit through it as we're going, okay? So this talks about the five regrets of the dying, okay?
Australian nurse Bronnie Ware spent several years caring for patients who had less than 3 months to live. She recorded their stories and shared their thoughts about life in her book, The Top 5 Regrets of the Dying. I encourage you to take these most common regrets of the dying and make sure you don't look back with the same feelings. The 5 most common regrets of the dying were: number 1, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. And number 5, I wish I had let myself be happier. Notice that none of these common regrets revolve around money or work. Strange how no one said, I wish I worked more at the office, or gee, I wish I had more cash to take with me.
Right.
That doesn't mean you shouldn't work hard or make money. You should, and you should do it in a way that is in alignment with your purpose. But you should never prioritize money or work over things that truly matter.
To really understand the things that truly matter.
Number 1, I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself, not the life others expected of me. This was the most common regret of all of these people lying on their deathbed. How powerful is that? Such a powerful lesson you should live with and remind yourself of every day. Be yourself. Follow your own path. Do what you know is right for you. There's nothing more important, not just for you, but for everyone you love, everyone who is influenced by your behavior. When these patients realized that life was almost over, they had the ability to look back with clarity. Unfortunately, many of these people saw a life with dreams left unfulfilled because they settled for a life others expected of them, not one they truly wanted to live. Bronnie Ware said most people had not honored even half of their dreams and had to die knowing that it was due to choices they had made or not made. Number 2, I wish I hadn't worked so hard. Every single male patient had this regret. These men say they had missed out on so much in their relationships and friendships because they simply worked too much.
And that's what we're talking about here. Your relationships and your friendships. Those are the things that really matter in this life. We can all go out and make a dollar anytime that we want to, but we have to really understand why we're doing what we're doing. And for me personally, I want to do it because I want to make sure that the people that I love and that I care for, they know that I'm just doing what I have to do in order to be able to spend more quality time with them. And when I have that message inside of me, it helps me to be able to fight, fight a lot
Everyone
easier.
has to work. We all need money to get by, and we all deserve an abundant life. To do that, you must work. But, again, learn to prioritize what is really important, not just with your time, but with your energy as well. Give the majority of your energy to those you love and the things you love doing.
And I'm telling you, if you really realize, what he said love, about 3 times just in the past 15 seconds. Love is the key to a lot of the woes that we have to to deal with every day in this life. So please just pay attention to
Choose
that.
work you love, work that is more in line with your purpose. Number 3, I wish I had the courage to express my feelings. As the author said, many people suppress their feelings in order to keep peace with others. As a result,
And let me just comment on that. People that are in this situation at this point, will suppress their feelings sometimes because they don't want to feel like um, they're a burden to anyone else. They don't want to feel like, just because I'm saying, words to you that I normally wouldn't say, or just because I'm expressing myself does not mean that I have any more expectations. So, but this will also be the time when you'll see that they'll come out and they will open up and they will tell you everything, because I've gotten to a point now to where I have to be a lot more concerned about these things that matter to me at this point. Okay, so um,
They settled for a mediocre existence and never became who they truly were capable of becoming. It's so sad to hear this and know how common it is. But it is empowering to know that it does not have to be you. Break the cycle of this toxic pattern. Be the influence that changes this in your bloodline. Express who you truly are with no apologies. Be yourself 100%, never afraid to express your feelings.
there you go, and that's the key. Once I know that everything that you're telling me, is true and it's real, it makes it a lot easier for me to fight this fight. You guys know, you've heard me say on many occasions, the doctor might tell you that you have 3 to 6 months to live, but you'll look up in this 5 years that have gone by since he said that. That's important because the doctor does not have the last say so, and we have to figure out some ways to help this person to fight this battle. Okay. Once again, you hear me say things over and over and over again, but there is a direct correlation between your mental health and your spiritual health to your actual physical health. So if I'm doing the right things and I'm surrounded by people that love and care about me, it really does a big thing to help me to be able to move forward in this fight.
Growing and evolving into more of an amazing human being every day. Number 4, I wish I had stayed in touch with my friends. The
Friends,
author said, often they would not truly realize the full benefits of old friends
this is
until their
right.
dying weeks, and it was not always possible to track them down. Many had become so caught up in their own lives that they had let golden friendships slip by over the years.
Right.
It's
So let me just say this to you guys, because I don't want to drag this out too much longer. But the love of family and the love of friends, those people that really care about you, goes a long way. Okay, I you know no, I can't express enough, how valuable it is when my loved one tells me that they really care about me. But not only when they tell me, but when they show me to. They're showing me by the way that they're spending time with me. I've actually recommended to some families to break a day down, and if there's people in that family, each one of them take a couple hours a day to dedicate to coming by and checking on this person and make sure that somebody's always available for them. Those are messages of love. The things that we do as a team to let a person know that we care about them not only helps us to feel better about the way that we're loving on them, but it helps them to be able to fight this battle a little bit more. Once again, let me say this to you guys here. I'm doing the best I can to give you guys some really good content here. If you like the stuff that we're saying, please, subscribe. As it's showing over there. Please hit the notification um, symbol so that you can know when we're putting out new videos. And please just remember that we cannot do this without you. Okay, so I need your help in every kind of way that I possibly can. Dry Eyes of Businesses is here to serve. And we're going to serve everywhere across the country. We want to do it in a way that is free for everyone. No matter where we go. And so that's part of our plan. That's part of the vision. We've been doing this for about 15 years, and we're going to do it. Okay. Once again, if you like our content, please subscribe to our channel. Please hit that like button. And as I always say, at the end of every one of my videos, okay, I am going to continue to pray that God continues to richly bless you and your family. And I'm going to need you to do me a favor and learn to love. Okay? God bless you. Hope you're having a great day.